Welcome to GreyNoise University. I am Michael Sargovakian, and this module is part of our GreyNoise Product Overview training series. In this module, we will be covering the IP Similarity feature and how to understand the information it provides. The GreyNoise sensor network allows us to collect, analyze, and label internet background noise. The IP Similarity feature expands this ability to identify IPs within the noise dataset that have similar characteristics or scanning behaviors. For example, we might see a group that uses the same OS and scanned all the same ports, but they have different RDNS entries. This feature is available as an add-on to our paid plans and to our VIP users. The IP Similarity tool can be used in a variety of ways. For threat intel analysts, you can use IP Similarity to verify whether an actor is operating independently or part of a greater infrastructure. For example, generating a list of IPs similar to an observed IP executing a brute force attack. Threat hunters can also use IP Similarity to identify a list of IPs similar to a suspect IP, giving you the ability to proactively find compromises from related threat actors. When identifying similarity, a machine learning algorithm is used to compare IPs using a combination of IP-centric fields, such as VPN, Tor, RDNS, OS, JA3 hash fingerprints, and more dynamic behavioral fields such as bot, spoofable, web paths, user agents, mask scanner, and ports. An IP similarity analysis will not be based on defined GreyNoise information, such as tags, actors, or the classification. These are dynamic fields that GreyNoise derives. We keep the similarity analysis only to fields we collect from our sensor network. You can review this information at the link to our documentation page for IP similarity. To do an IP similarity search, first search for the IP in the visualizer. From here, you'll notice in the top right-hand corner the option to search for similar IPs. On the results page, on top, we can see our original IP address we used to do the search, as well as some high-level information like first seen, last seen, organization, actor, and country. The similarity search is showing there are over 5,000 similar IPs. We have limited results to include the top 5,000 most similar IP addresses to improve performance and clarity on the data returned. The summary dashboard gives you an understanding of the data and results as a whole. The insights block provides a confidence score. The confidence score communicates the certainty level of the results. The more matching fields, the higher the score. Below this is a list of insights on interesting fields that contribute to raising the confidence score. The field breakdown offers a view of how the fields are distributed among the IPs and includes the fields that don't match. The similarity score by IP count shows you the similarity score by the number of IPs. In this case, we see a majority of IPs have an 88% similarity score. The last seen date by IP count tells you the last seen date by the number of IPs. Here we can see a majority of IPs in our results were last seen on March 23rd. Below these charts is the Summary tab. This view breaks down the different fields to help you understand what makes the IP similar. Tabbing over to the IP list, you can see the results for your similarity search. The results chart is filterable in a number of different ways. You can toggle the results to show a minimum score of as high as 100% and as low as 75% in intervals of 5. You can also filter by the IP's classification. The results show the IP address, the classification, the actor or the confirmed owner or operator of the IP, the organization or the organization that owns the network that the IP address belongs to, the country, and when the IP was last seen by GreyNoise. And lastly, this score. The score is based on how similar the activity is to these matching fields. VIP, trial, and paid users will be able to export this data and view it in JSON or CSV format. You can click on any of the results to investigate what makes this IP similar to our searched IP. On the left-hand side, we'll see how many fields are matching between the IPs. In this case, we see 5 fields matching of the possible 12. You can toggle between each field to view more information. In this case, we see the same OS, port scans, RDNS root domain, user agents, and web paths. In user agents, we see there are 5 unique user agents. 3 are matching, but each IP has its own unique user agent. The blue represents the total unique user agents that are matching. We can toggle between seeing all user agents, those that are matching, and the list of non-matching user agents. You can go to the IP details page to get a more detailed look at this information by View IP Details. IP Similarity now gives us a way to further investigate infrastructure and understand what IPs are targeting. If you do not currently have access to this feature, you can start an enterprise trial through your account page to test this out for yourself. If you have any questions on the topic covered, please reach out to support@greynoise.io.